กายที่เธอมองเห็นว่างามสุดท้ายความเสื่อมทรามจะมาพรากไปร่วงโรยลงในสายทานยามการเวลาหมุนไปชีวิตต้องแตกสลายไม่มีเที่ยงแท้ผมเส้นงามถึงคราวร่วงไปแขนขาที่เคยว่องไวกลับไร้เรี่ยวแรงโรคภัยเฝ้าคอยคุกคามติดตามไปในทุกแห่งเกิดแก่เจ็บตายสำแดงเป็นธรรมดาหากเธอมองทุกการเกิดมาที่มีอย่างลึกซึ้ง
Now the code for the admit is going to everyone. Everyone can see through the line group, right? Dhamma Talk and Meditation.
Yes, we can see, teacher. In Messenger group also I sent already.
Okay, that's good. I think another email, one Gmail may be broken for my information. I think it's better sending through the chadaram@hotmail.com because another one is chadaramcrc@gmail.com. Somehow I could not find out.
Bluetooth mode.
Welcome, Venerable Kittu. And now, five along with me. Welcome, Venerable Newcoming. Welcome, Richu. Today, anyone ready to talk about the Mangala Sutta? How about Venerable Sumangala already talk? Richu, welcome.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Good afternoon, sir. Do anyone have anything to talk before your friend all coming?
Sit down, sit down.
Welcome to everyone. Welcome to everyone. And now we have about 12 admit. Do anyone have any topic to present today? Or a presentation about the Mangala Sutta or about the Dhamma? What is the topics of the Dhamma? Are you willing to present to our group today? From the Asivana Palanam Panchitanam Jasivana Puja Puchanayanam Etam Mokalam Uttamam for the first group. The second group, Patiropadesa Vasuja Uppe Katapunyata Tasamma Panitija Etam Mokalam Uttamam. The second group, there are 6 topics in 2 groups. The first one associate to the bad, the second associate to the wise, the third respects or puja to the most respectable objects. The most respectable objects is triple chain. The fourth one of the second group, Patirupadesa Vasuja, stayed in the country or in the regions that is comfortable for life. According to the Tipitaka, according to the Mangala Sutta, the country, the region is comfortable for life is the country that available for the teachings of the Lord Buddha, that is the Dhamma, is proclaiming and promoting by the noble Sangha and Samuti Sangha. You know the Samuti Sangha? It's not the Noble Sangha. Samuti.
Yeah, teacher.
What is mean Samuti Sangha? Samuti Sangha mean the monks who have been studying but very much like a Suttas Buddha. Sutta Buddha or the Samuti Sangha, the monks who ordained to become a Buddhist monk but not in the streams of the Noble Sangha yet. They are called Samuti Sangha. From the fourth of a group of monks, that means 4 monks together, we call Samuti Sangha. Now 16s are joining.
စနေမဲ့ရကိုတော့လိုက်တောင်းရင်ပြန်နေပြီ
One more joining. Patirupate Savasoja Pupe Kata Punyata. What is the meaning Pupe Kata Punyata? Venerable Sumangala? Venerable Sumangala, are you online?
Yes, sir.
What is mean the Pupe Kata Punyata?
I understand, but I can explain in English, teacher.
You understand, but you cannot.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe after.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Yes. What is meaning Pupe Kata Punyata? Anyone could explain in English? How about Venerable Solan?
Yes.
Could you explain about Pupe Kata Punyata? What is meaning in English?
Okay.
ការធ្វើបុណ្យទុកមុនណាការធ្វើបុណ្យទុកមុនណា
Teacher,
Yes.
Pupisakata Punyata means the good deeds that we have done our previous life.
Very good, very good. That the merit or the good deed or the good deed that we have done in the previous life, we call Pupe Kata Punyata. Okay, we start again from the Asivanaja Palanam. And we start again from the beginning. Venerable Sumangala, do you remember? Asivanaja Palanam in English?
Yes, I remember.
What is meanings of Asivanaja Palanam?
Do not associate with the fool. With
Good. Associate to the
with
fool
bad person.
or the stupid one. But the meanings of the Palanang is more deeper than this. If we have to explain, you have to take 5 techniques. You have to take 5 techniques. Do anyone remember the 5 techniques? I have copies on this. I have put on this. The first one is significant, your topic. The second is the historical background. The third one is the artistic style. The fourth one is the meanings of the topic. The fifth one is the purposes of the topic. If you have to make the assignment, or you have to write your article, you have to write your topic, any paragraph writings or any article or any speech or any talk. Take these 5 techniques to develop your speech, your writing, your essay, your composition, your paragraph writing. Doesn't matter. Any kinds of writing. Palanam is a lot of meaning. Okay, the Venerable Sumangala had given that Asivana to Palanam, don't associate to the foolish 1. Okay. Venerable Richu, do you remember what is Pantitanam Jasevana?
I understand, teacher.
Pantitanam Jasevana. What is meaning in English?
Associated to a wise.
Associating to the wise. Who said this? Trump Han, right? Machidon, right?
Chai ka.
Thank you, Machidon. I could not remember this. Trump Han or Machidon. Okay. Pantitan and Jasevana. Pucha Puchaniyana. Anyone remember Pucha Puchaniyana? Pucha Puchaniyana. Etam Mangalam Uttamam. This is the first group of the first group of 3. There are 3 in the first group of the chanting. Puchacha Pushaniyanam. Anyone remember? Or Michidons again, or Venerable Sumangala. Any one of you?
To honor those who are worthy of honor.
To those who
are worthy of honor.
What is of honors?
Yeah.
And the most respectable objects.
Yes, sir.
The most respectable objects. For the Buddhists, the most respectable object is a triple gem, right? What is the first of the triple gem?
The Buddha.
The Buddha. The second is
Dhamma.
Dhamma. The third is
Sangha.
Sangha. Very good. The triple gem is the most respectable objects in Buddhism. Elsewhere in these planets, the triple gems are the most respectable. Okay, the second group of the chanting Patirupate Savasocha. Again, anyone remember? Patirupate Savasocha. Being born in the country is Buddhism is going on. What is the suitable country? The suitable country, the suitable region, this country, the Patirupate Savasocha. Patiyaso can be the region or the regional geography, any parts of this planet. What is called this planet in Pali word? Anyone remember what they call in Pali in Tipitaka?
Sambudhipa.
Very good. Jambudvipa.
Yeah.
Jambudvipa is the word that call about this planet. Jambudvipa. This only the planet that most of the Buddha descendings and born and renounce the worlds and enlightens and parinibbana or entrance into nibbana. Patirupade Savasocha Puppe Tata Punyata. Already we have given already. That means the one who have indeed good indeed have done in the previous life or even in the previous, for example, like a younger, if you were doing good, you have been doing good indeed from the beginning childhood. For example, start to write BCD, then after some time you can make the combinations between the alphabet and the vowel and put together, then you be fluently reading in English. or in your own language. That the same like good indeed you have done in the previous, when you was a child, or in a previous life, like this. For today, you have been efforting for the studying hard about the Dhamma talk and meditation. In the next few months, or in the next few years, and in the next few decades, you will be an expert, you will be fluently talking about this topic that we call Pupe Kata Punyata. Atta Samma Panitija, Atta Samma Panitija, Etam Mangalam Uttamam. For the second group of the Mangala Sutta, Atta Samma Panitija, anyone could explain in English? Mechidan? Or Solam? Mechidan, are you ready?
And the two hands.
Okay, who's first? Mechidan, okay, first. Second, not clear.
Can you repeat the sentence again?
Atta Samma Panitija. Atta Samma Panitija. Could you hear? Atta Samma Panitija.
Sorry, teacher.
To have oneself on the right course.
Put or make oneself determinations on the right course. Very good. Mean you always have the right view, you always have the right thought. Make your self-determination to go into the right aim. What is the ultimate goal in Buddhism? What is the ultimate goal in Buddhism?
Four Noble Truths.
Four Noble Truths?
Yeah.
Four Noble Truths is we call Noble Way.
Noble Way is
But the ultimate
ultimate
goal
is Nibbana.
Nibbana, very good. The ultimate goal we call Nibbana.
Yeah.
What is meanings of Nibbana?
Nibbana.
What is the meanings of Nibbana?
The liberation.
Liberations or liberal
From
or
suffering.
deliberation or peacefulness
Peacefulness.
or the most happiness or unreturned to be suffer again. Being the state of unreturned to be suffer again. What is that state of being we call Nibbana, or the ultimate goal of Buddhism? How to reach to the ultimate goal of Buddhism? How to reach to the ultimate goal of Buddhism?
You have to follow the middle way by the Four Noble Truths.
Very good. To follow the middle way, or known as the Four Noble Truths. Very good.
Yeah.
Or follow the threefold teachings of Four Noble Truths, or threefold teaching. Anyone understand what are the threefold teachings of Buddhism? What are the threefold teachings of or in Buddhism?
Sila, Samadhi, Panya.
Sila, Samadhi, and Panya.
Yes.
That we call threefold teaching. Where are the threefold teaching from? Where are the threefold teaching from? It derives from which part of the Four Noble Truths? Anyone remember? Where are the threefold teachings? Sila, Samadhi, and Panya are from?
Where is
From? Mechidan? Mechidan, are you online?
Mexican, where have you gone?
Where has she gone? Mechidan, finished lunch yet? Threefold teachings are coming from the Four Noble Truth. Which one of the Four Noble Truth are the threefold teachings are from? Where are the threefold teachings are from? One of the Four Noble Truth? Which one? Venerable Simangala?
yes, sir?
Where are the threefold teachings from?
Three,
They
four,
are
from threefold teaching.
yeah, threefold teaching. You know the threefold teaching? Sila, Samadhi, and Panya.
Panya.
Where they are from?
Look, Mama.
From the Buddha.
that very much like you are punching into the rock. Like you are punching into the rock. A threefold teaching, don't forget. Don't forget. We call like a grass in front of the block. Mean the cow have seen a very, very green grass in front of them, but they could not swallow. The threefold teachings of Buddha are coming from the Buddha. That's like a punching into the rock. But I already said that the threefold teachings are deriving from the Noble Truth. One of the Four Noble Truth. Which one of the Four Noble Truth are threefold teachings are from? And I would like to give the answer that everybody please help me to remember. In the case of someone asking you, where is the threefold teachings are from? From the Buddha, don't say that. Because the Four Noble Truth from the Buddha, but it's more scope, make it narrow scope and more closer and closer. The threefold teachings are from the number 4 of the Four Noble Truth. What is the number 4 of the Four Noble Truth?
The Noble Eightfold Path.
Very good. From the Eightfold Noble Path. The Eightfold Noble Path are the original or originate copies or originate basement of the threefold teaching. What is the number 1 sila coming from the Eightfold Noble Path? Which one? Sila. Sila. 3 of the Eightfold Noble Path belong to the sila. What are they? Number 1. Sorry. Mechidon. Almost give it. Samavaja. And the second one.
Samaajiva.
Sammakamanta first, and then
Samaajiva.
Sammajiva. This we call sila. The group of the sila. In number 3 in the Eightfold Noble Path. What are the samadhi? What are the samadhi in the Eightfold Noble Path?
Right concentration.
Right. It starts from number 5. Right effort.
high effort,
right mindfulness, and right concentration. Three of these become samadhi, or we call samma samadhi. And how about panya? Where is panya from? Where are the panya from?
Samadhi, Samavasa.
No, samma titti and samma sankappa. Very good.
Sankappa.
Two of these are we call inside meditation, that you are treated in the mango or bamboo grove, or some of the lay students are in MCU. This we call threefold teaching. All 84,000 in Tipitaka are coming from the Four Noble Truth. The Four Noble Truth is the shortest, we call enlightened by the Lord Buddha. Why do the Buddha have to give more than 84,000 texts in Tipitaka? If someone asking me, why the Buddha have given so much in Tipitaka? Why don't give only Four Noble Truth? Then how will you give the answer to the people? Supposed to be only Four Noble Truth. Why the Lord Buddha have given so much? 84,000 in the text Pali Tipitaka. How will you solve the problems of the people asking about this? Could anyone help me? Machidon?
Teacher, personally, I think the main teaching of the Buddha is the Four Noble Truths, but it depends on the situation and the people who listening to the Dhamma.
Very good, very good,
Dhamma Talk.
very good, very good. That is the main reason. Why do the Lord Buddha have to give a lot, that 84,000 topics on his teaching? Because the people surrounding the globe, the universe in those days, not the globe. Why didn't I say not the globe? Could you explain about this? Why could I say that it's not only this globe, even the other universe or even other planets also the Lord Buddha had given the sermon? What is the topic that you can prove about this? Can anyone take any part of the historical background to reference about, for example, why do Dr. San say that it's not just only for this planet, but for the other planet too? How to prove with that? Could anyone guess about this?
Can you repeat again, teacher?
If someone asking you, or what I say that the Buddha not only preaching this to the people in this planet, but have given the sermon or this 84,000 to the other planets also. What is the situation? What is the cases? What is the historical background that you can prove or make a reference about this idea? Could you take example, the situation or the part of the historical background that the historical background to prove that the Buddha not given only this planet, but he have given to another planet too. So many part of the historical background in Tipitaka that Lord Buddha have given sermon to them. Do anyone remember?
The Buddha when he's the first Vasa, he go to Tawatingsa and give the sermon to the deity,
Very good.
to the
Very good.
Deva.
Yeah, that the seven vasa mean after 6 years. After 6 years, mean after 6 years when Lord Buddha, the part of this historical you can read from Tipitaka, and I'm very sorry that if the Pali Tipitaka that had translated into English for the Pali text society is cheaper than this day. If the people around the world can afford, not too expensive to read, I think it's very helpful for the civilization of this planet to have opportunity to read about the historical backgrounds of Buddhism. Maybe we can say that not everybody have to devotees to be a Buddhist, but if they have opportunity to read and to study about some part of the historical backgrounds of Buddhism, and even they don't have to be vowed to be a Buddhist, but to make sure that the life is not just only this lifetime. Some of the believe that if they die, then they have to wait for the judge from the God. The God will be judged, and who's supposed to go to hell, who's supposed to go to heaven, like that. That is a man-made religion that we call a man-made religion. But if the enlightenment of Lord Buddha, even we don't have to believe, but even have opportunity to study and to be proved that the enlightenment of Lord Buddha, even the Lord Buddha, he himself have opportunity to preach to the deities or the God and goddess on the Tawatingsa. Not just only Tawatingsa, sometimes even to, we call Rupa Bhum, or we call Rupa Brahma and Arupa Brahma, in other state of being of the God room, that the Hinduism believe that the Most High, or they believe that that is the rooms of Nibbana of them. But if they have opportunity to study about this, to prove about the life is not just only this lifetime, the life is keep being born and being for some times and die and born again and die again, born again and die again. Sometimes born as a human being, sometimes born as an animal or insects or bug. That is it's up to the fruitions of their action. If the peoples around this planet have opportunity to learn about this of historical background, then to prove their life that is not just only being born to be as a human being, then be proud to be a human being, and then stuck to only some of the misunderstandings or the misview, and then make them to be born again and lower than a human being. That I think if the Pali Text Society have translated English version in Tipitaka, if not too much expensive, and make it cheaper version, or make it cheaper copy for the peoples around the planet, can reach to these situations of the true teachings of the Lord Buddha, because what we believe in Theravada Buddhism, that Tipitaka in Pali, Tipitaka is the most originate one, or the most original one of the teachings of Lord Buddha. Even someone trying to make and duplicate and trying to mix, for example, like in India, those people in India, they not be able to differentiate between the right teachings of Lord Buddha or the wrong teachings of Lord Buddha, and no one can prove. But for the country, for example, like in Theravada school, Sri Lanka, Myanmar, Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, and now some of the Western country, for example, like European, America, have adapted Buddhism into their people. I think in the future, if the people can reach to the teachings of Lord Buddha in the cheaper copies in English, I think it will be a lot of benefit to all the peoples around the globe and about the globe. And the cheer of or the sustainable moralities of the human beings are more developing. It will be a lot of benefit to every parts of the universe. Because that to prove about Buddha is not just only preaching in this planet. He has been preached the Taoism, the god and goddess or the deities who had been in that state of beings, and another stage of being Rupa Bhum and Arupa Bhum. That means the one who has been practicing before the Buddhism we call the Brahmanism. They all been there, but only some stage of being, not every stage of the being, because some stage of beings are been born without the form. What are the form we call Rupa Khan, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, and Vijnana. Some of them have no these kinds of door or ayatana. Do you know what is the meaning ayatana? Anyone have ever heard about the ayatana or the door or the gate? For example, like rupa ayatana or chakku, sota, khana, chiva, kaya, mano. Chakku, we call chakku ayatana. Sotayatana, this about the ear. Up to the manayatana mean the mental. This we call the gate or the door to transfer from one part to another part. I think some of the god and goddess or some of the deities, another stage called Rupa Bhuma and Arupa Bhuma, being born without the form, then they cut off all the ayatana to learn. Even the Buddha himself said that even thousands of Buddha had been enlightened, but if they run out of the ayatana or the gate to or the door to welcome to welcome, the first welcome through the eye or through the ear or through the nose or through the mouth or physical body and mental, they will not be able to gain the knowledge or the benefit of the enlightenment of Lord Buddha. And not just only being in that, even many are being born as the part of the beast or animal. Even they have the eye, the ear, the nose, and mental, but they are not be able to gain enlightenment because of the being born in a lower home or a lower state of being. Then they have no capability to understand what is the teachings of Lord Buddha. That's why we say we are so lucky. From the beginning, we have Asivana Chakpalana, mean we avoid the fullest one, and we have associated to the intelligent one. Otherwise, for example, like Buddha is the most wisest one, or even now the representative of Buddha we call Tipitaka, and the triple gem, Puja Puchaniyanam, Patirupate Savasoja, we've been born at this planet. This planet is not just only the planet that the teachings of Lord Buddha still exist. Other beings also, for example, the Chatulokapala and Taotingsa and up to the Supawas, Pum. Still, the noble Sangha are still exist over there. And even I believe that according to the teachings of Buddha, for this planet, the noble Buddha, the noble Sangha still exists. Mean the noble Sangha who ordain and practicing the Eightfold Noble Path still exists, but they not come to announce that I am the noble Sangha, I am the enlightened one. No, because that again the rule of the Vinaya. Even one gain enlightened, but will not come to say that I'm enlightened being already. But what we can guess, what we can check, what we can realize and understand by ourselves, that who is the one who have gained enlightened, one who have gained the true knowledge of the Buddha. We can see through what the way they talk, what the way they walk, what the way they live their life, what the way they think. That still exists, still prove us that any minute, any day, any time in this planet, the monk, the lay people who are still performing, practicing, doesn't matter in samatha or in vipassana, they are still performing according to the Eightfold Noble Path. That's proof about more practicing Eightfold Noble Path, more noble. Maybe Sotapanna, maybe Sakathakami, maybe Anakami, maybe Arahanta. Still exists. If we still be sure or sustainable of the teachings of Buddha still exists, still be proved by ourselves, by our great masters. Maybe some already passed away, some is still alive, some maybe we are practicing right now. In the future, if we be born again and the Buddhism still exists, we might be continuously performing and going on and developing ourselves to be one of the noble, mean one of the part of the noble, 8 person, 4 couple, and 8 person. What are the 4 couple? Sotapanna, Sotapatimak and Sotapatipala, Sakathakamimak and Sakathakamipada, Anakamimak and Anakamipala, and Arahatamak, Arahatapala, and Arahanta still exists. If we are sure about this, what we are learning right now, Mangala Sutta, from the number 1 up to number 6. Anyone remember number 6? The number 4 is Patirupate Savasoja. Number 5, Pupe Kata Punyata. Attasamma Panitija, number 6. And for now, we are studying in the number 6. After you have listened what I have said, after we have been proved by ourselves, being yourself, and you make your self-determination that I am going to make a confirmed determination that all my life from on this day now, I'm going to make more confirmed about the engage of the learning, practicing of the teaching, threefold teachings of Lord Buddha, or the Four Noble Truth, or the Eightfold Noble Path. If you make determination like this, the fruit or the ultimate goal of the teachings of Buddha, if cannot attain to the Jaya Dhamma or to the Four Noble Truth in this lifetime, in the next shortly coming lifetime, maybe if you are not able to be born as a human being again, but you've been born at the God rooms of the Chaturloka, that the noble Sangha still exists there. And a lot of noble Sangha still exists in Tawatingsa. Yama Tusita Nimanarati Paranimata Swati up to Rupa Chan or Rupa Brahma and Arupa Brahma still exists. You might be learned from some of the best Kalyanamitta or the best nobles over there. Then you have never come to the suffering life as a human being again. You may be being born in a higher Rome up to the Brahmin's Rome. Then enlightens over there. That we call the stage of the happiness. Why do, if someone asking you, or if you've been asking by someone that, how did you say that the most happiness? What can you say the most happiness? If someone asking like that, could you explain? To make sure that you are Buddhist, yeah, I'm 100% confidence and trust in the teachings of Buddha. But if we could explain, if we could give the definitions of the happiness according to the ultimate goal of the Buddhas or the teachings of Buddhism, I think it's made more confirmed for you to make your determination that I'm heading directly without hesitation. Mechidam, are you still alive?
Yes, I am, Ajahn.
If someone asking like this, what make you sure that, what make you be sure that the happiness in Buddhism is the most happiness, the most ultimate goal in Buddhism? Then how could you explain that? How happy do you think?
Because the happiness, according to the conventional notion, it is still have condition. Because it have condition, so it changes and it is impermanent. And because of impermanence, so it is suffering. And there's one kind of true happiness in the Buddhism that we call the Nibbana, where all conditions are end and there's no kind of suffering remains.
Very good. Very good. That I think now you should get a bachelor degree on this. According to the MCU. If I were the higher authority of MCU, okay, Mechidon, I'm certificating for today bachelor degrees of MCU. That this is the what is it? The qualifications of the scholars in Buddhism. Mean you have to have the authority, you have to have the capacities to explain about the ultimate goal of Buddhism. At least, like Nichiren have said, because the happiness in Buddhism, unlike the happiness is made by the being, doesn't matter what kinds of being, from the animal beings or beasts up to the Brahmins, because even the Brahmins God, the Brahmin deities, according to the teachings of Buddha, have said that even some of the Brahmins roam and they have announced that, okay, our roam is the most sustainable. We are the most happiness one. We never die, we never disconnect from anywhere. Mean like a challenge to everyone in billions of the universe. Billions of the universes, but the Buddha have heard about that. Then the Buddha been there. Oh, don't think in that way. I'm not quite sure. Bhaka Brahmin, Bhaka, Bhakawa, Bhaka Brahmin. He have said it. Then the Lord Buddha been there. Then a lot of Brahmins, gods over there are trying to convince. But one, the Mara also been there. The Mara, taken over the Bhagavata Brahmin, and then and trying to say to the Buddha, oh, who you, they call bhikkhu, why did you say that? And you know how old are you? How old are you? You know how long we have lived here so long. Then after have and a lot of conversation and sessions and then discussings, and the Mara taken over him and then say a lot of things to the Buddha. Then the Buddha came to know and tell everybody that don't say that, Mara, I know who you are. Mean the god of the Brahmins over there trying to say that, because they say also the truth, because they know not more than that. Because what is the notion, the knowledge of them, they know that being born there, they never die, and after that they check again and again, billions of the years, they still see that, they still exist in that room. Because of that, they have not say the line to the Buddha, but due to the knowledge is so much small. But when the Lord Buddha have said that before you come to being born in this room, where were you born and where were you? And then after that, they believe in the teachings of Buddha. That means even the happiness in that state of being still impermanent. What is about Michidon have said that because the inventional definitions of the happiness, even different states of being have different inventional words or definitions of the happiness in a different way, because out of the knowledge. But only without the proof of the enlightenment of the Buddha, all being not be able to came to know that what is the Mangala Sutta. That means everybody trying to say that, okay, after wake up in the morning, then have listen a lot of noises from the big bird crying and very sweet sound of the bird, very nice colors of the green tree, and very nice blowing of the wind in the winter, like that. All they say, this is a blessing, that is a Mangala Sutta, mean Mangala thing, or in Myanmar, Mingalaba, or in Thai, or most Sawadi. And in the Western, that's fine. But no one can make definitions of what are the Mangalas thing, what are the auspicious thing. Then, after 12 years, spreading all over the human beings and born up to the deities, Tawatingsa and Sakadevaraja have asked that where this story taken place, then he came to know that from human being. Then he asked that where the Buddha's now, Buddha in Chetavana Mahavihara. Then one of the representative of the Sakadevaraja come to the Chetavana, that the Ananda have said that Bahudeva Manusacha Mangalana Achindayung. This is the word of the that deities or the god. We call the god, but the Western say this is not the kind of god. They say deities. Okay, deities or goddess, so doesn't matter. Okay, because they are not belong to this planet, they belong to another planet. They might call deities or they may call God, but we call God, okay? Because the one who have translated from England, they use, sometimes they use God, sometimes they use deities, okay, according to the definition is not quite sure, but doesn't matter, God or deities or goddess, okay. That's to prove all the truth. Without the enlightened, we may not know all these things. we may not know. Not me. I think we don't know at all what is the mangalas, what is the auspicious thing. But we are getting to know about the mangalas thing in this day because of these values of the spreadings all over in those days. Then, I mean, not just only that ideas, and because of the people also trying to make the definitions of mangalas things or the auspicious things. But if Buddhism was not born, we still believe like the old traditional belief in India. For example, in my dialect, my native, born as a Cambodian, uh, in a part of we call Khmer, in the part of Thailand, Surin, Buriram, Sisaket, Ubon, uh, Prachin, Sakel, in this region we call Khmer, still believe like if you get a leaf of the one kind of tree and put it in your ear, that is a blessing. That is an auspicious thing. That's mean the old traditional belief as a Hinduism, or before the Hinduism, that means Brahmanism, we believe like that. Maybe we still believe like that, even without Buddhism. But due to the spreadings of Buddhism, due to the enlightenment of Lord Buddha, we got to know about auspicious Mangala Sutta up to Samma Paniticca. Who can make sure that to make our own determination is one of the best, one of the ultimate goal or ultimate way to gain to the ultimate goal of the teachings of Lord Buddha. That is wonder. That is a wonder. Without the enlightened, without the triple chain, mean enlightened one, Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Noble Sangha, we will not be able to learn all these things. Determination is the most significant. Even today, someone may not understand very well about the teachings of Lord Buddha, but after being performing any kinds of merits, for example, offering a charity or offering the or practicing the sila, and after do the good deed of charity, after do good deed of the sila vow preserve, and after doing meditation, but still not be able to gain enlightenment, then make determination that all these performing in the good actions of the teachings of Lord Buddha, may I gain to the ultimate goal of the teachings of Lord Buddha in the future, but don't know when. Which Buddha doesn't matter. No one can mention. Maybe next 10 Buddha, 20 Buddhas, billions Buddhas in the future, but it's must coming from one of own determination. If we do determinations about this, one day, but we don't know when and how. But due to make the determination for today, it will be benefit to the ultimate goal of the teachings of every Buddha, not just only this Buddha. Because one Buddha means every Buddha. But anyone remember how many Buddhas exist according to the Tipitaka? Anyone remember? Michidon, do you remember? How many Buddha are learning by people, all Buddhists right now?
3 Buddha, teacher.
3 Buddha? Venerable Sumangala say 3 Buddha.
4.
Other one?
28.
28 Buddha. Okay, 28 Buddha.
How many Buddha?
There are 5 Buddha.
Four.
There are 5 Buddha.
Sammasambuddha, Pasekabuddha, like that.
Four Buddha.
Yeah, 5 Buddha. First, Samma Sambuddha. You know Samma Sambuddha?
Yes.
Yes.
Mean the one who can enlighten, then can set up the religion. The second we call Pacceka Buddha. Pacceka Buddha not exist in this temporary. The Pacceka Buddha will be when run out of Buddhism. When run out of Buddhism. This period may be many Pacceka Buddha. For example, many part of the historical backgrounds of Pacceka Buddha. You know, some of the Pacceka Buddha, they're practicing very hard about the Satipatthana Sutta. They practice very serious, but not able to gain enlightenment within the periods of any Buddha. But when the time ran out of Buddhism, then those were born, and if the ripe of the fruitions of the practicings are coming, sometimes one history. One man walk, and one have seen a very beautiful of the other wife. Mean the wife of the other man. Then he seemed to be like, wow, why does wife of that man so much beautiful? Then he feels so much guilty. He feels so much guilty that why did you think in that way? That the wives of the other people, how do you think that the other people's wife is beautiful? Then he blamed himself like this. When he blamed himself like this, then immediately he can enlighten. He can enlighten. When he can enlighten, then he seems to be like, wow, that's bad thought. How could I think that? Then someone asking him, then he said, now I'm Pacceka Buddha. Oh, Pacceka Buddha, they never been like this. Then what do Pacceka Buddha have to do? Oh, the Pacceka Buddha have to shave their hairs, and they have to wear the robe with the what is it, different colors, not like lay people. Then when that Pacceka Buddha make the determination, okay, I would like to be in the form of the Pacceka Buddha, immediately the uniform of the Pacceka Buddha will come. And that's why those Pacceka Buddha being in the foothill of the Himalaya mountain, sometimes maybe 400-500 of them over there. 400-500 of them over there. That kinds of Pacceka Buddha. What is the third Buddha? Anyone have some memory?
Savaka Buddha.
Very good, Mechidon. Savaka Buddha. Savaka Buddha means the one who have listened the teachings of Buddha and practicing and gain enlightenment from the Sotapanna up to the Arahanta, that we call Savaka Buddha. What are the next Buddha? Four or five. First, Samma Sambuddha. The second, Pacceka Buddha. The third one is Savaka Buddha. The fourth one, only 4 Buddha, not 5. Sorry. Only last one. Only last one. Anyone remember? Any memory? No one? Mechidon? Mechidon?
I think only 3.
Not remember? How
Our
about
teacher remember.
The last one we call Sutta Buddha. Sutta Buddha. What is Sutta? Means the one who learned from the Tipitaka. We are all Sutta Buddha. If you are remember the part of the Satipatthana Sutta, if you remember the part of the Brahmachara Sutta, if you remember the part of the Chakaka Sutta, like this. This, you remember one sutta, two sutta, or three suttas, or many tika, tima, sangangko, like this. Then you be the Sutta Buddha. Because the Sutta Buddha never say lying, never say false speech. Why? If Sutta Buddha not be sure, then the Sutta Buddha will be checking again on the textbook. Checking again in the textbook that, did I say correct, is not correct? Then checking. Like I myself say about Buddha, 5 Buddha. Then when I came to again and again, first Samma Sambuddha, the second Patyeka Buddha, the third Savaka Buddha, and the fourth, then only Sutta Buddha. Then that's wrong. For the 5 Buddhas, it's not 5 Buddhas, it's 4 Buddhas to me, like this. Or maybe without intention to make the false speech, but maybe by misunderstanding that we call, because of we are not the noble, not a part of the noble, even some part of the noble like Sotapanna, sometimes Sotapanna not be able to recognize everything. For example, like Venerable Ananda, when the Lord Buddha almost dying on the deathbed, then the Buddha said, Ananda, in the future, if the Sangha want to withdraw some part of the Vinaya, the Sangha would be drawn or withdrawn some part of the small Vinaya. But due to the Venerable Ananda, still not the full noble yet, only Sotapanna. And then his mindfulness is not perfect yet. Then he not be able to remind himself that what is the small Vinaya, what is the big Vinaya. He not be able to mindful about that because he's not fully enlightened yet. The same thing, we are Sutta Buddha. Sometimes we run out of the mindfulness. We could not remember. But even we not remember, but we keep repeat again and again till the memories dying with us. That means we are Sutta Buddha. We are practicing. Even we are not attaining to the Yaya Dhamma or the first noble stream of the Sotapanna yet, but we are still can say that we are one of the Sutta Buddha that benefit. Determination is one of the most significant, not less than Asivana Japalana, not less than the other. This part from the first up to the 6th determination is about the very basic ground. Very basic ground. What is the basic grounds of the building? We call the small pillar under the stupa or under the tall building, 100 stories building could stand higher in the sky because of the small pile chip, a small pile chip of the pillar. The same stupa. Stupa means the jade ear could stand still, not fall down, because of the small pile chip of the pillar. Small, make many under the stupa, and then make the stupa more confirmed. The stupa is not fell down. Because of that, the same thing, this Asivana Japalanam Pantitanam Jasivana Puchaja Puchaniyanam Etamangalamuttaman Patirupadesa Vaso Japupeka Tapunyata Samapanitika Etamangalamuttaman. This part the same like a partnership to make another higher moralities. What are the higher moralities? In Buddhism, we call samadhi. The more high it is, we call panya. The panya is more on top, the same like stupa. Partnership of the stupa is the moralities. The middle of the stupa, part of the samadhi. The height of the stupa, that we call panya. That the part of the same like the Buddha has started Mangala Sutta from the very, very basic one. Don't associate to the bad. Then associate to the good. This part, just only two, can break the stupa. If associate to the bad, the life cannot be make life more value in the future. Will make more bad and bad or worse and more worse and ruining the life, the whole life. That after Samapanitika, then going to another. Anyone remember Venerable Sumangala? Mechidong. After Samapanitika, then going to another text. Could anyone remember the chanting?
Again, please, teacher.
after Samapanitika, then she start from what chanting in the Mangala Sutta? Anyone remember? Venerable Vimala? Okay, we chant together again.
Bahu Satchancha Sepen Savinayo
Very good. Bahu Satchancha, Bahu Satchancha, Sipancha, Vinayo, Susikito,
Supashita Sayavacha.
Jayavacha, Etam Mangalamuttama. This part, this group, they are a lot. Bahu Satchancha, one only. Bahu Satchancha, Sipancha, another word. Vinayocha, Susikito, Supasita, Jayavacha. There are 5, right? Pahu Satyancha. What is meaning of Pahu Satyancha? Oh, now the time, oh, not yet, right? We are running up to 14:40, right? Yes. Our class is up to 14:40, right? Yes. Okay, thank you. Okay. Pahu Satyancha. Anyone could give the definitions in English? What? Pahu Satyancha. Pahu mean plural, a lot, many. Pahu Satyancha. Satyancha mean like a sutta. Sutta. What is the meaning of sutta? Who is the most Bahu Sutta? Bahu Sutta. In historical background, Ananda was admiring from the Lord Buddha that Ananda is Bahu Sutta. Bahut Sutta means he's learning a lot. We are learning right now the whole Abhidhamma and the whole Suttanta means Tima Sang Angko and Sangvi Thapu Kayapa, all this by the Venerable Ananda mean 82 topics. Remember from the Lord Buddha, and 40 or 20,000 from the another disciple. For example, like Mahakaccayana, Sariputta, Mahakassapa, like this. Bahusatjancha, Sippancha, Bahusatjancha, okay. And what is the meaning of Bahusatjancha? Do we have to remember all Tipitaka?
To have a wise general knowledge in mundane and supreme mundane level is the higher blessing.
Mean? Could you explain more? Could you explain more, sir?
Could you explain more about it, Bhante?
And one of the we call definitions of both sutta. If you learn only one sutta, can be called Pahusutta or not? I'm not quite sure from which part of the Tipitaka have said that even you remember one sutta, then you know how to, you remember all the sutta and you'll be able to explain all the sutta and you'll be able to practice following up according to that sutta. And then you can enlighten up according to that sutta. That still can be called Pahusatjancha, mean you are a great listener. Pahusatjancha means the listener. After listening, then practicing. After listening means like a thinking. After thinking, then practicing. Because the thinking, according to Eightfold Path, belong to right view and the right thought. When they have the right view and the right thought, then have the right speech. When they have the right speech, the right actions, and the right livelihood, then they have the right effort, they have the right mindfulness, then they have the right concentration. Then whatever they have been listening from the Buddha or from the other monk, but practicing seriously about that sutta, then can enlighten. Then that one still can be called that Pahusutta. According to the, I don't remember from which part of the sutta, but after studying again and again, then now I remember only one sutta, is Satipatthana Sutta. Another sutta almost forget. But some other sutta like Chakka Sutta, I like the most following to the Satipatthana Sutta. We call Chakka Sutta. It's very interesting about these two sutta. And another sutta more I still remember that we call Appanaka Sutta. Anyone remember Appanaka Sutta? Anyone remember Appanaka Sutta or Appanaka Patipatthana? Appanaka Patipatthana is very interesting. Appanaka Patipatthana is meaning that the practicing that never go wrong. Mean the way that never go you out of the enlightened. Mean the way that do not lead you go out of the rail of the enlightened. This is very interesting. Why I like that Apannaka Patipatthana? Because short and simple. Very short and very simple. What are short? Number one, Indriya Samvara. Indriya Samvara. Do you remember what is Indriya Samvara? Chakkhunsi means your eye. Sotinsi means your ear. Khaninsi means your tongue. Khaninsi. Khaninsi means your nose. Chiuhinsi means your tongue. Kayinsi means your body. Maninsi means your mind. Like this. If you are concentrate or if you are careful about this inseriya, then you never go out of the rail. The rail means the Eightfold Path, because the rail will always carry on the train into the right way. If the train out of the rail means the train is failed. The train not be able to go on. The same as the Apannaka Patipatthana. If one concentrate on Chakku Sota Kana Chivaha Kaya Mano, the one never go wrong out of the rail of the Eightfold Path. That's number one. Number two, we call Pochani Matanyutta. Anyone still remember what is meaning of Pochani Matanyutta? Sumangala Kunde? Michidan? Pochani Matanyutta mean you know your limit of assuming. But Pochani Matanyutta is not just only the food, but what we are always assume. The same like Sevana. Means Sevana can be associated with our eye, with our ear, with our nose, with our tongue, with our physical body, and with our mental. That we call associate or Sevana. The same like Pochani Matanyutta. Not just only eating food in daily life, but what you are concerning, we call the Paccaya Sanya Isitta, mean the whole part that you are going to assume every day. The cloth for the protect you from the cold, the room to protect you from the shelter, to protect you from the winter, and the medicine or the food to protect you from the hungry, the medicine protect you from the illness or sickness, like this. Whatever are you going to assume in daily life, that we call Pochani Matanyutta. If you know limit, if you know yourself enough or sufficiency, then you never go wrong out of the rail of the practicing. The third one we call Chakriyana Yoga. Chakriyana Yoga. Anyone could remember this word? Chakriyana Yoga. The same to one of the Eightfold Path we call right effort. Mean keep awake. Chakriyana Yoga means you always awake. Awareness. Awake. Not like Chinamitta, not Kukuja or Uttaja, or not Itsaya, like this. You always aware, awake, and alert to mindful yourself that if any bad things coming, then pahana means kill, or If the good thing is in you, protect. Or if good is nothing in you, developing. Or if you have a little good in your mind or in your developing, just try to keep them sustainable. Don't let them go like this. Anurakana patana. These kinds of the we call Pausatjancha, and then concern to the Apanaka Patipatha. Even one sutta can be carry on one practitioners. We can call oneself practitioners, or we can call in Pali called Yoka Vajra. Yoka Vajra. You know Yoka Vajra? Mean the one who's always practicing for the escaping from the samsara. Or sometimes they call bhiksu, bhikkhave, like this. Mean the one who's always thinks about the samsara is suffering. The samsara is torturous. Always mindful oneself every minute that life is so short. Life is not too long. Hurry up. And the day might come to us any minute. No, nothing, no symbolism, no sign to show that, okay, the venerables, this, so and so going to die in that day. Then you know exactly what day you are going to die. Then you can prepare yourself how to go beyond the day or how to prepare before you die. But according to the teachings of Buddha, and that say on the day that 100 bhikkhave, then up to Kayavaya Sankhara Pamadena Sampatitha, hurry up, bhikkhu, hurry up. And no signs of the footprint like a bird flying in the sky, the same like the death might come to anyone in a minute without the flag, without the showing that you are going to die within that day and this day. Only the Buddha have said that he's going to die within 3 months after he already make decision with the Mara. After Mara had been invited that, oh sir, Lord Buddha, now I think you now already proposing the Buddhism too much already, better die. Then after Buddha checking, then he make decision that, okay, I know when I'm going to die. Then Mara, oh now I'm the winner, I'm the winner. Now the Lord Buddha make we call the Pranithana, we call it Pali that, or in Thai, Plong Mayu Sankhar. That means make determination going to end of his suffering life. Mean the human being body is going to dismiss, decline. And then, do the dead bodies of Lord Buddha still exist in this day? Which part of the bodies of Lord Buddha still exists in this day? If anyone asking, hello, are you a scholar in Buddhism? And any part of the bodies of Lord Buddha still exist in this planet for now? If you are asking like this, then what do you say? Yes?
Dhamma Tipitaka.
Dhamma Tipitaka. That part of the Buddha still exists. That we call the Nama Dhamma. And Rupa Dhamma still exists.
Relax.
Relax. That you have to have the capabilities to explain to the people. Yes, the relics of Buddha, that are part of the earth. We call the Mahabhuta Rupa. And like the water, the earth, the wind, the air, or the fire, that still exists. Only Mahapatavi, Patavi, Mahabhuta Rupa. still exist as main relics of Lord Buddha. Going to the last day when Buddhism is going to disappear for this Buddha, all the relics of Lord Buddhas all over the universe will be union and create the Buddha, the figure of the Buddhas again, and then give the last sermon, and then we'll running out of the Buddhism. That I don't know when, but so many commentators have said that 5,000 years. But I'm not quite sure for that because the commentators have said 5,000 years. But according to the truth, Buddhism disappeared from India only 1,000 years, and some part of our neighbors have disappeared already. Some part of the neighbors, the Buddhist country, some of the Buddhist country left only in small yellow robe in their ear. They have only small robe in their ear. Then they still call themselves as a Buddhist monk. We have already seen in the Himalaya mountain so many group of the Buddhists in the Himalaya mountain. They still perform as a Buddhist monk, even they have only small yellow robe hanging in their ear, like an earring. They still call themselves as a Buddhist monk. That's very, because of the circumstance and because of the situation is changing. We don't know how much did they suffer because of the political change and because of the climate change, because of the dangers of the area, because of dangers of the neighbor. So many things that the form of the Buddhist monks and very hard to take care, very hard to keep the sustainable uniform of the Buddhist monk. Except some of a few countries, for example, like Sri Lanka, Myanmar, and Thailand, and now some of the Western countries still can perform as the uniform of the Buddhist monk, but no one can guarantee in the future that how long the uniform of the Buddhist monk and the part of the Buddha teaching will be survived, and no one guarantee about that. And then now is more situation about the COVID-19. So many people around the world suffer because of the COVID-19. And what can we do? Even we have to suffer because of the COVID-19, but our class also going on according to the administrators of the MCU. Even the COVID-19 have disrupt to many parts of the society and many parts of the cultures, but the cultures of learning in our community is still very good. We can go on with the Google Meet, or we call line studying. That's a blessing. But if without the line group, but without the studying online, then we will have more suffer. But for now, we are still going on with our breathing, with studying with the Mangala Sutta. Pausatanja Sippancha. That Sippancha. What is meaning Sippancha? What is meaning Sippancha? For a few years ago, I was not be able to explain about
is a
knowledge, right?
Being skillful in the technology and handicraft.
Very good. Sippancha, skillful with the knowledge or the handicraft. Very good. And a few years ago, I would not be able to understand about we call Chang Sip Mu in Thai. Chang Sip Mu. Changsitmo means the translate from this Sippancha, Sippa, Sippi. Even today I heard name of the teacher in our MCU. He put his name on Sippi, Sippi or Sippi. The same like Sippancha, Vinayocha, Sippi. Sippi, most of the people understand it in 10 years. 10 years. Most of the people, the language is very much like Sippi. Sippi means 10. Sip is 10. Pi means year. But according to the original words are from Sippancha, Vinayocha, Supsikito, Supasita, Jayavaja, Etamang Kalamutamang. Sippi means the group of the skillful or the handicraft, what you have said. What are the skillful of the handicraft in Thailand? We call Changsitmo. Changsitmo means the 10 of the knowledge of the artists in Thai society. We have transferred from Sukhothai, Ayutthaya, Thonburi, and Ratanakosin. Today is called Ratanakosin or Bangkok. This group of the expertise, this group of the handicraft, they are skillful about the makings of the building. For example, like ordination hall or uposatha. For example, like the temple, the chapel of the Grand Palace Temple. You know the Grand Palace Temple, the Wat Phakeo or Wat Prasi Ratana Safadaram, or the Emerald Buddha Temple. Anyone have been to the Grand Palace in Bangkok? Anyone of you been to the Grand Palace, the Emerald Buddha in the Grand Palace in Bangkok? That part.
I have been there, teacher.
You have been there?
Yeah.
That very much like a transfer from original, step by step from Sukhothai, from Ayutthaya, then from to Thonburi and then Bangkok. But this part of the artist destroyed by the fire during the ruins of the Ayutthaya. But very lucky that those days some of the part of the ordination hall are built not just only in Ayutthaya and been built in like a Pangphet, and another part like a Phetchaburi, and another part like a Chachoengsao, like this. And then that part of the artist style, we call the artist style, still available for the copying to be built in the Grand Palace during the Ratanakosin period. This from the generation to generation. But what made me wondering that this part of the part of the architecture is very much like available also in China. For example, like I went to like Guangzhou, so some part of in Chengdu. Anyone been to Chengdu? In China. In Chengdu, and so many part of the building look very much alike, like a Thai style in the flat of Ayutthaya area. You know, that's why they say Thai peoples are migrate from China. That may be possible. According to the historical backgrounds about the tribe, the first tribe of the Thai, but not just only exist in Thailand. Some are exist in Assam in India. Some are exist in part of Vietnam. Some exist in part of Laos. They call themselves also Thai. Like some are in 12 Panna, right? Venerable Sumangala, are you from 12 Panna or?
No, teacher, no. I just from Sanskrit, different area.
All different 12 Panna, right?
Yeah.
And the same to Thai. Thai is some are in Chiang Mai, some are in 12 Panna, right? And
Yeah.
not available in Chan state.
Yeah.
But
in China, in how to say, border, China,
the border.
Myanmar, yes.
I think like very much style of the building in the Chengdu. The Chengdu, I'm not quite sure the state is Chengdu or the capital is Chengdu. I'm not quite sure what state, but most of the buildings over there look alike, very much like a Thai style. I think maybe possible that this part of the like a Chengdu and Sipsong Panang, Chiang Mai over here and come to Ayutthaya, sorry, Sukhothai, Ayutthaya, is very much alike. Probably the same trends of the culture, the same trends of the culture. Okay, now we are coming to 14:10. We have only 30 minutes more to run our class. And we reach up to Pav Satyanja Sipancha. Then the next day we may go to Vinayocha Supsikito Supasita Jaya Vacha. Then Etamang Kalamutamang. And next day is if anyone ready to talk about any topic, when you first admit, I would like to invite any of you to talk, to repeat, or to present about your idea of learning about the Mangala Sutta. By during we are waiting for the other friend to join the class, I would like to invite anyone who prepare oneself ready for the presentation to share your capability to present about Mangala Sutta. Doesn't matter. Even the one we have already learned, or even the one is not been learned yet, we are going to learn in the next future. You can present whatever, which part of the 38 Mangala Sutta that you like the most. In the future, I would like to invite to everyone. If you have preparing according to the five topics of this, I'm not quite sure you can see through. I will copy the 5 techniques to copy and put on the line group again. Then you can repeat about the five techniques. Maybe today I didn't show on. I would like to show a little bit before we finish our class. Yeah, this one. Can you see through? How to develop things for increasing the skill of our daily life activities, assignments, is including paragraph writing or sevana japalanam. Don't associate to the bad and full stupid one topic. The first one we call significant. This number one of the new technique. If you look everything, look at what is the significance of that topic. Then you look in the number 2, historical. What is the historical backgrounds of topic? Can anyone see this topic now? Can you see through, right? Not just only our picture. Then number 3, the art or artistic style or stylist. Then the 4th, the meanings of the objective or the topics. And number 5, the purpose of thing or the being that you are going to write. This one. I will copy this and put on your group lines again. Okay, now we're coming back into the page. How many left now? About 35 students. And I would like to invite one by one to say thing before our class is going to over. I would like to say from the bottom line on my right hand, the Venerable Sainun Kom, right? Nanda Sara. Venerable Nanda Sara, are you online?
Yes, sir.
Would you like to say anything before our class is over?
Nothing, sir.
Nothing. When you are ready, next class, could you prepare something to talk?
Okay.
Okay, I mean, I'm going to try, right?
Yes.
Okay. And
of course.
Nothing to say, greeting to your friend or say something. Okay. Next, I would like to invite the Venerable Rauga or Hasailing Rauga. Venerable, are you online?
Yes, teacher.
Do you have anything to say before we finish the class? What's your idea after being studying since 12:30 up to now? No? Nothing? Okay, next. Venerable Sucharita. Venerable Sucharita, are you online? Sucharita?
Two second. On,
Can you say anything before class over? Nothing, huh? Okay, next one.
Teacher,
Yes?
can we choose another topic except Mangala Sutta for Dhamma Talk?
For next class?
Yeah.
Yeah, any topic in the Mangala Sutta.
No, except in Mangala Sutta, can we choose another topic?
Another topic for assignment or for talking?
For talking, teacher.
Any topic, if you like.
Oh, yeah.
Any topic, but I would recommend for the Mangala Sutta because it may be easy for you to search for the information. If you like the other thing to talk, it's okay. Just prepare yourself, okay?
Yeah, teacher.
Okay, next one, Patipan Wongsi. Are you ready? Do you have anything to say before we finish our class?
Wish you are free from corona.
What happened? Again?
Wish you are free from corona.
Okay, we should be free from corona. Okay, I never welcome corona. Thank you. Corona is not my family. I don't want to welcome. Okay,
Hello, teacher.
I would like to be free.
Teacher.
Yes.
Hello, teacher.
Yes.
I sent you assignment from email.
Okay.
You look at?
Chadaram.
You look at already?
No,
I
not
sent
yet.
already.
Not yet. Chadaram at Hotmail, right?
Yes, mail. I sent you already.
Okay. And don't forget to tell your third years and room number like that, okay? ID too.
Yes, I write ID. My name is Sanda. I sent
Yeah.
your email already.
Okay.
Please, you look at.
Yeah, I didn't check yet because if you send through the email and tell you your class, tell your room, that's okay. And I will collecting in the next day, few days. Okay, next Nayan or Kandama. Kandama, do you have anything to say before we finish the class?
What?
Do you have anything to say before finish the class?
Who took you?
No. I would like you to talk something before we finish the class. Do you have anything to say before we finish the class?
No, I'm Sanda. No Gandama.
Okay, you are Kandama, now I call Jandama.
My name is Sanda.
Sanda, okay, wait, Sanda. How about Kandama?
How Gandama? Gandama, I don't know. Gandama, he
Yeah,
lives
on the line. Now I call Kandama on the line. Kandama
Yeah.
does not exist.
Gandama live in the MCU.
Probably he's not online. Okay, next. Sunanda.
Hello, teacher.
Are you Sunanda?
Yeah, teacher, I am in Sunanda.
Do you have anything to say before finish the class?
Teacher, not clear. Not clear.
It's not clear?
Yeah, teacher.
Now it's clear. Would you like to say anything before finish the class? Mean the whole class you didn't listen anything?
Yeah, teacher, I listen to you.
You hear the lecture, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Next. Venerable, next, Boka.
Oh, nothing, sir.
Nothing? Okay. And next, how about Tauria?
I am a Sanda, teacher.
Clear.
Tauria. Tauria, online?
Teacher?
Venerable Tauria, are you online?
Yes, sir.
Do you have anything to say before class over?
Nothing to say, teacher.
Okay. Next, Nando Basa.
Yes, sir. Teacher.
Nando Basa, do you have anything to say?
Nothing, teacher.
Okay, next, Suboka. Venerable Suboka.
Huh?
Venerable Suboka, do you have anything to say before class over?
Mẫu giờ phơi lại giờ phơi lại mông mình gì còn nói hay mà tí sẽ do hai sa cho móc cô đâu cô nhớ đâu là tí nhưng ngặt quá còn nói nó phơi chẳng rồi
Honorable Sanda.
What happened, Suboka?
muốn nó thua lắm má tôi đấy.
Okay, Suboka not reading. How about Yara? Venerable Yara.
Tôi móc chú làm hay gì vậy làm hay móc cô bé còn làm mà xí đâu má gì. Okay, I will consider that.
How about Venerable Santi?
Một tôi là vô.
Santa Microsoft speak tam bang ano man.
Nothing.
Santa sila sa kanyo microphone speak sama.
Mr. Parit, do you have anything to say before class over?
I have nothing to say, teacher.
Okay. Thank you for joining the class today. Next, Venerable Nanda Wangsa.
Ajahn.
Nanda Wangsa, do you have anything to say?
Nothing to say, Ajahn.
Okay. Sai Singh Suchiya.
Thank you to say, teacher.
Thank you. Thank you
Yes,
for
sir.
joining.
Very good.
Thank you for joining.
Yes, sir.
Oseya, are you ready?
Oh, teacher, I'm not ready yet, teacher.
Not ready, mean thank you for joining today.
Okay, thank you, teacher. Have a good day.
Yeah, good day too. Next, Venerable Sopatak Sopatak, Venerable Sopatak, are you online? Probably maybe our station. Okay, next, Venerable Vimala. Venerable Vimala, thank you for joining. Do you have anything to say before class over?
Me, teacher?
Yeah, Vimala, right?
Yeah, Vimala. Have to Vimala, teacher.
Vimala on ID 30346 or 64.
64. Yes, it's me, sir.
And name here is Vimala, right?
Yes, teacher.
Thank you for joining. Do you have anything to say before class over?
Nothing, teacher, but I want to say that I will prepare for talking the next class.
Okay, prepare yourself.
Yes.
If you join early, then I will let you talk. Okay?
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
Okay, reminding me. So today I would like to talk something. Okay. Thank you very much for today. Next, Seng Muang. Seng Muang, are you ready? Or Panya Sami?
Cô sẵn cô là bị ở cô không phải là hết thì năng tuổi
No?
hai em còn không hơn
No Panya Sami? 3051.
No talk, teacher. No talk. Thank you.
No talk, thank you. Thank you for joining the class today.
Thank you.
Next, Ta Shuen. Venerable Ta Shuen.
Thật quen.
Touch Wen. Touch Wen.
Yes, teacher.
Do you have anything to say? Touch Wen, do you have anything to say before the class over?
Nothing, teacher.
Nothing.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for joining today. Next, Venerable Tundara.
Yes, teacher.
Thank you for joining. Do you have anything to say?
Nothing, teacher. My trying hosting.
Chính sự máy con này là máy như này trong số đó nè.
Next, Venerable Rachel.
Yes, sir, teacher. I am nothing, teacher.
Nothing to say, right? Thank you for joining today.
Yeah, thank you, teacher.
Thank you. Goodbye.
See you.
See you. Mechidon.
Nothing to say, teacher. Thank you for the Dhamma talk today, too.
Thank you for joining and thank you for sharing the knowledge. See you next week. And if you can prepare something else to talk, please do.
Môn năm này trong là gọi see you đi đi ạ.
See you, teacher. See you.
Đúng
Okay. Next, Kema Sara. Kema Sara. Why are you laughing?
Nothing, teacher.
Okay. Next, Rai Hong. Hong Sari.
Ri Hong, Cambodia.
Ri Hong.
Where you go? Sleep.
Rai Hong, wake up. Rai Hong, wake up. Rai Hong, wake up. The class is over.
Ri Hong, hello, Ri Hong.
Rai Hong, wake up. The class is going to be over. Next, Govida. Nothing.
Check gì ở này?
Okay. Next, Rajin Dao Dipati.
Yes, Ajahn.
Thank you for joining. Anything to say before class over? Next, Kamala. Kamala.
Yes, teacher.
Do you have anything to say?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Yes.
Okay, thank you for joining today. Rajin Tipati.
Yeah, teacher, Ajam.
Do you have anything to say?
Not them.
Okay. Ngoyin Tita, Mechita, are you alive? Mechita.
ใช่
ไปห้องน้ำอาจารย์ค่ะ
ไปห้องน้ำโอเค
ยัดแกะไปห้องน้ำเรียกทางก็แน่
ตัวไหนนู่นเนาะ
Next Venerable Laida One, right?
Yes, teacher.
Do you have anything to say?
Nothing to say, teacher.
Okay, thank you for joining today.
Yes.
Next, Venerable Tilasara. Chitu Tilasara. Next, Venerable Sunandrapati Payuashin.
Yes.
Do you have anything to say
teacher.
before class over?
Yes.
Yes. What would you like to say? Next, Venerable Suchita. Venerable Suchita or Kaim. Last one, Venerable Sumangala. Sir?
Yes, teacher.
What
No,
about your idea
I have
after
nothing.
being throughing?
Are you ready, teacher?
I have nothing to say, teacher.
Nothing? Okay.
Another teacher waiting for us.
Okay, you have about 7 minutes to join with other class. And thank you very much for joining today.
Thank you, teacher. Thank you.
Thank you. See you again next
With
week.
the blessing of the Buddha.
Okay, goodbye to everyone.
Yes.
คำละคุณครับ
Yes.
See you.
See you.
See you,
Goodbye.
teacher.
Bye. See you.
คุณครับ
What's going on?
Cook off.
Bye
อยู่
bye.
ทำไมที่นู่นวะกลับบ้านไทยเลย
Hello, Santa.
Hello.
What are you doing? Do you hear me? Santa, you're the noisy man.
What?
Hello. คนครับ
อะไรนะ อะไร
Hey, sorry.
อะไรนะครับ
You annoy
I'm great.
the class. You annoy the
อะไรนะครับ
เขาอ่ะ
ไม่อยากบอกนะสันตาไม่อยากพูด
คาร์พล
พาพูดอ่ะ
หนาวคนครับหนาว
จะเรื่องอยู่เปล่า
หนาวนี่ก่อนหนาว It's very cool อันนักเห็นลิงฐานนั่นน่ะ Okay, another group waiting for us. We have to leave this group and enter the new group, new line. Here, come in. Another teacher come in. Okay, see you next group. Go now. See you.
กายที่เธอมองเห็นว่างามสุดท้ายคว ความเสื่อมทรามจะมาพรากไปร่วงโรยลงในสายทานยามการเวลาหมุนไปชีวิตต้องแตกสลายไม่มีเที่ยงแท้ผมเส้นงามถึงคราวร่วงไปแขนขาที่เคยว่องไวกลับไร้เรี่ยวแรงโรคภัยเฝ้าคอยคุกคามติดตามไปในทุกแห่งเกิดแก่เจ็บตายสำแดงเป็นธรรมดาหากเธอมองทุกการเกิดมาที่มีอย่างลึกซึ้ง